Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. Yes, it is very delayed, but we are finally covering the last chance qualifiers. The final day, we're going to find the final 5 players who will qualify to the play-ins for the Esports World Cup. They had the knockouts for the last chance qualifiers. Obviously, we had the group stages over the first 2 days, and now we're going to see all the players that went through. So we're going to start. We're going to look at the upper bracket first, just because it's a bit easier. So these were the first matchups. Wei Yi won his quarterfinal matchup against Yaroslav Zebruk. Zeherbuk. I don't know how to say that. You'll have to help me in the comments down below. Obviously, he's not necessarily eliminated because you can see here Parham Maghsoodloo and Vladislav Artemiev. They reached the final. They are the 2 players who got furthest in the winners bracket, so they have qualified. You will see Wei Yi lost to Parham in the winners bracket semi-final. It was a close matchup, went to all 4 games, but Parham eventually won 3-1. They made a draw. Parham won a draw, and then Parham won the 4th and final game. Parham had defeated Andrew Tang in the quarterfinals to get there. Daniel Dubov lost to Alexander Bortnyk, who then lost to Vladislav Artemiev. So both Dubov and Bortnyk will be dropping into the losers bracket. Artemiev, who had defeated Grischuk. So we know Parham and Vladislav are through. They conquered the winners bracket. They didn't have to play each other. They probably could have. It would have been cool to determine actually like who was first and second and so on and so forth. It's not necessary, but if they were going to, could have been cool. Would have been nice to see. Really happy for Parham Maghsoodloo. Vladislav Artemiev seems to be doing quite well in these online events, but that is not the end of the story for any of the other players on the screen, because now we're going to be going into the losers bracket. So we will notice already there was round 1. We'll go through this. I know you could probably see some of the spoils. Jules Mussard defeated Peter Leko. So that was the end of that for Peter Leko. Eric Hansen defeated Aryan Tari. End of Aryan Tari. And then Kartik Venkataman defeated Alan Pichot. Pichot is now gone. If a player loses in the losers bracket, they are done. And then Valery Kazazwixty defeated Maxime Legrand. Then in round 2, after all the players who got knocked out in round 1, in the quarterfinals of the winners bracket, they all drop into the second bracket. So we have Alexander Grischuk defeating Jules Mussard. Daniel Dubov defeat Eric Hansen. Andrew Tang defeated Kartik Venkataman. And Yaroslav Zebruk won his matchup as well. So all the players who lost in the quarterfinals went into the losers bracket and won their matchups. Absolutely incredible scenes there. And then so we're getting some matchups. Obviously, we know 2 players dropped down. That was so Grischuk played Dubov, and then Tang played them. So they had like a kind of semi-finals, but that won't be the end of them because they're going to play whoever dropped in from the semi-finals in the winners bracket, which, as a reminder, was Wei Yi and it was Wei Yi and Alexander Bortnyk. And then the 2 players who get furthest in this will qualify, but also whoever finishes 5th will qualify as well. So we can see here Grischuk defeated Daniel Dubov, so that is the end of Dubov, and Andrew Tang won his matchup as well. And so we go into the quarterfinals. The quarterfinals, Wei Yi versus Alexander Grischuk and Alexander Bortnyk, and they drop down and win both their games. So that means that they effectively get the furthest. So that decides 4 of our spots: Parham Maghsoodloo, Vladislav Artemiev, Wei Yi, and Alexander Bortnyk. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is not the end of the story. Not even close. Because there is a 5th and final spot that needs to be determined, and it is going to be Alexander Grischuk or it is going to be Andrew Tang. And it was an absolutely incredible matchup. But if we go and we check the knockout 5th and 6th places, it was Alexander Grischuk going 3-zip up against Andrew Tang. He really struggled. Grischuk showed all his experience, and he has gotten through to the play-in. And so if we now go look at the play-in stage, we now know all the 8 players that will be in there. Okay, you can't see it yet. The play-in, of course, happening on August the 11th. But if we go in, I wonder if they updated the graphic on the play-in. Yeah, so we can see the play-in now. We know all 8 players that will be in there. Arvind Chittambaram, Liam Lee, Andrei Sapenko. They were the 3 that already qualified, and they will be joined by Parham Maghsoodloo, Vladislav Artemiev, Wei Yi, Alexander Bortnyk, and the 5th place, who really used every single last chance that he had, Alexander Grischuk, who had to drop down to the losers bracket, finishes 5th. There is only a 5th spot because someone else took another spot that would have been in the play-in. It was going to be 4-4, but that's not quite how it worked out in the end. So Alexander Grischuk manages to qualify at the final hurdle, and then 2 of these players will join the main field, and we will be previewing all of that on August 10th in a couple of days' time. But absolutely incredible scenes here. And then this will all go down in Paris. So now we know they've updated this graphic, qualification path, playing stage, Arvand, Lequang Liem, Andrei Sepenko, Parham Maghsoodloo, Vladislav Artemiev, Wei Yi, Alexander Bortnyk, Alexander Grischuk, and 2 of those players will join the group stage of the Esports World Cup for 2026, going down in Paris. From there, we will have a Group A, which is top 4, plus a Group B, top 4, which will then go into the playoffs, and so on and so forth. There were a couple of substitutions. I should make a note of this. Arjun Erigaisi, we'll mention this, has come in for Fabiano Caruana. Alexei Sarana came in for Wesley So, and Pranesh M has come in for Maxim Vachier-Lagrave. The reason being, all 3 of those players, Caruana, Wesley So, Maxim Vachier-Lagrave, are not playing the Esports World Cup. There's a clash. I made a video about it. It's nearly got 1,000 views, which is absolutely fantastic. I really thank each and every one of you for supporting that video. Chess has this huge problem. There was a clash of events. Grand Chess Tour clashed with the Esports World Cup, and so those 3 players have pulled out. And what can you do? And because of that, Firouzja's playing, but he's not going to play in the rest of the Grand Chess Tour. And that's just kind of thing how it goes. But we know the 8 players who will go to the play-in stage. We know the 5 players who qualified right at the end for the Last Chance Qualifiers. And that is all I have to say, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a wondrous ride, and the Esports World Cup has only just begun.